This big baby situation is crazy. That's the only way you can stop me from eating hamburgers. Put me in jail. What you just watched was Glenn Davis getting on Instagram Live after being told he has to go to prison for 40 months. All he can talk about is cheeseburgers and how strong he's going to get in jail. I'm going to be strong though. I swear to God, I'm about to get in so much shape. This dude is crazy. This man is poor now. The prison sentence just came down in May 2024, but the actual bad things Davis did happen in 2017. The details of his case are pretty crazy. From the fancy plan to trick the NBA to how police actually caught Glenn Davis. Nothing about this situation is normal. And for some reason, no one's really talking about it. So let's get into it. Today's video is paid for by the 2024 NBA Finals are officially here. Go grab your popcorn and place your bets on who you think will win it all with my partners at DraftKings. Right now, all new customers who put in just $5 will get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500. Get a bonus. Bet back in the amount of your first bet if your first bet doesn't work. So even if your NBA team loses, you, my friend, are still a winner. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app using my special code HenryHoops and unlock this incredible offer. Now, if you're already signed up, you can use my special code to score a no-sweat NBA bet. And don't worry, guys. If sports betting is not allowed in your state, DraftKings has got something for you too. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot at winning some really cool cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and don't forget to sign up using my special code HenryHoops. So when you put in just $5, you can get that no sweat bet up to $1,500. That's special code. Henry Hoops only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Growing up, Glenn Big Baby Davis had a tough childhood. He moved around foster homes and stayed with friends and family while his mom fought addiction in jail time. But instead of letting that bring him down, Davis used his size and sports skills to stand out in basketball and make a mark in the NBA. He got it in his first year. He played a big role in the Celtics' 2008 championship team. Davis gave his team energy on both sides of the court, making important shots and tough defense when his team needed it the most. Sure, he had moments where he lost his cool, and this is later on. You can tell he was upset talking to his teammates. But for the most part, Boston Celtics fans love this guy, even with his wild personality. In July 2012, Davis signed a contract for many years with the Magic worth $26 million over young years, life-changing money, and a chance for him to step into a bigger role. But it wasn't long before Davis turned to Big Baby again and ruined the whole thing for himself. Davis reportedly fought with Coach Dan Van Gundy and threw tantrums whenever he didn't get his way. My guess is that was a huge reason why he and the Magic both agreed to part ways before his contract was even up. You and the Orlando Magic both agreed to part ways. Yeah, they got rid of me, basically. You need a contract buyout. Yep. When he left Orlando, many teams were still interested in the 28-year-old Davis. He decided to make the safe choice and join the Clippers, who had his former coach Doc Rivers, a guy he thought he had a good relationship with. But once again, Davis's personality clashed with Doc's. But I came back as the new Glenn Davis. He's seen me as the old Glenn Davis. Davis apparently didn't like his role with the team. And in a game versus the Rockets, Davis got so emotional that Doc Rivers had him walked off the bench by arena security. you kicked me out of the game, and that stuff killed my career. One season later, Glenn Davis was out of the league. It was a sudden end to a career that probably should have lasted for a few more seasons, if you ask me. Davis really messed this up, unfortunately, off the court. The drama around Big Baby didn't stop in 2017. Just 1 year later, Glenn Davis and Austin Rivers got into it over social media. Let me ask you something. If someone is always out of shape, late, don't remember place, how the hell you supposed to play? Punk Austin River, talking trash. Come on, man. Which wasn't a huge deal, but shows that Davis didn't sail off quietly into retirement. In truth, his tendency for wild behavior and decision would soon turn into a plan to trick his former employer. Because they think I did something that I know I didn't do. According to the 2021 charges, Davis and others sent fake bills to the NBA's healthcare for money back for services that were never actually received. The plan lasted for 3 years, and as a group, they sent a total of nearly $4 million in fake claims. Terrence Williams, the ringleader who played 4 years in the NBA, gave out false bills and made up doctors' letters to others in exchange for money. Among the players, Williams got into the plan where Sebastian Telfair, Tony Allen, Glenn Davis, and 15 others. Several red flags in the document got people's attention, such as grammar mistakes and wrong spelling of patient names in the paperwork. Davis himself sent a total of $132,000 worth of claims, including saying he got $27,000 worth of dental work, $27,000 in a single visit. Geez, Glenn, I thought my $50 copay was bad. Hell no, man. What the heck? Now, investigators found out that when Davis sent this claim in Beverly Hills, his phone location showed that he was actually in Las Vegas, then flew to Paris in the same day. Sounds like Big Baby was hitting the blackjack table too hard and needed a little pick-me-up from the NBA health insurance fund before heading out to Paris. Here's what Davis had to say about his supposed involvement at the time. So when I say all this, what do you say? Take that stuff to trial. Well, Glenn, they did. And 3 years later, Davis was found guilty of multiple fraud charges and working together to make false statements. He was sentenced to 40 months in prison, years of watched release, and ordered to pay $80,000 back. It was the second highest sentence, just behind Terrence Williams, who got 10 years in prison for running the whole thing. Now, notable players like Sebastian Telfair, Tony Allen, and Darius Miles avoided prison because they said they were guilty and began paying money back as soon as the charges were made. Glenn Davis, on the other hand, filmed annoying Instagrams, went on to interviews, and showed little sorry feelings about the whole situation. Oh, ain't nothing. I'm going to get my money. NBA going to owe me because it's some stuff. And again, here's him after the court ruling, still blaming others with a hat on. Did you take the whole thing seriously, Glenn? Yes, I took it seriously. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it. I took it seriously. You know what I mean? I really did. I just figured that the FBI would do a better job. It seems like the court wanted to make an example out of Davis because even though he eventually said he was guilty and claimed he never actually got $1, he still got a big sentence. Apparently, throughout the entire hearing, Davis was getting more and more upset, shaking his head, burying his face in his hands, and sighing deeply like he couldn't believe what was actually happening. At one point, he actually walked up to the judge and said the following: "When I lost basketball, I lost myself. I ask you, Your Honor, to help me get back who I am." Clearly, there's a huge difference between the emotional statement and his attitude. On Instagram Live, when he was cracking jokes about going to prison, I honestly don't know what to make of this whole situation. Was Glenn Davis tricked by Terrence Williams? Andre Gala released a statement in defense of Davis during the trial. Or is this just a man who's playing the victim, lying about his intentions, and just got caught in a poorly done plan? From the start, this scam was so obviously stupid. These players earned a combined total of $293.2 million in the NBA. Yet they stole an average of $220,000 per person. That's less than a tiny fraction of a percent of their career combined earnings. Glenn, was it really worth it to risk your multi-million-dollar net worth? We put you in jail. You want to stop eating hamburgers and Cheetos. You're going to jail. Yes, it was all because of the hamburgers. Either way, he's going to jail. But let me know your thoughts on this crazy situation in the comment section below.